Yo!
Where are you?
Hold on, here I come, hold on. Shit. I have to go get some water. It's rest bill.
How we doing?
What up, though?
What's happening?
What up?
Come on, show us the move.
I'm trying to make your day real quick.
Really? I think I'm making. I don't think you've had this many followers on your account in about 3 years, to be honest with you.
Oh, you a damn lie. You better go check your numbers.
Come on, let's
you
see.
Never check the numbers.
Show us some work.
Hey, you need to start checking the numbers, bro.
Come on, let's see some work. You talk a lot. Let's see that work.
Hey.
Who's you want? Who's you want?
Who you got?
You tell me. You want?
Hey, who you got?
Andrade?
Oh, softball? Right here. Sleep.
Who else you want? Tell me your hit list.
Hey, who you want?
Tell me your hit list.
Man, who you want?
I told you, Andre. A lot of people talk about you fighting Chris Eubank Jr.
Hey, we still working quarantine and not Ask Al Haney.
Who's that? You told me you're your own boss. Lions only.
What'd you say?
Lions only. What about Triple G? What about Triple G?
Hey, I'm trying to get motivated. Keep motivated.
What about Triple G? Triple G says he's ready.
Triple G? Who?
Canelo. What you got for Canelo?
Never heard of her. Hold on. Who else?
Billy Joe Saunders. He wants to go.
Stop playing with me.
Oh man, that yo, James Butler Boxing Source here with another video, and that was Eddie Hearn with Jermall Charlo a few days ago in an Instagram live. Yo, that was really entertaining. If y'all caught Eddie Hearn's Instagram live, that was something where that part where he, tried to call out Jermall Charlo to be on his live. Of course, Jermall Charlo, the WBC middleweight champion, and Eddie Hearn named a few guys that would be potential opponents for Jermall Charlo that he has, with the exception of Canelo Alvarez, of course. But Eddie Hearn was having fun in that instance. But we know about the back and forth between Eddie Hearn, Jermall Charlo, and WBO middleweight champion Demetrius Andrade, who was the first guy that Eddie Hearn mentioned. And the back and forth between those guys has, been one of the stories in boxing this year. And my thing is, who is in a better position in the middleweight division? Is it Jermall Charlo or is it Demetrius Andrade? And my thing is, I feel that Jermall Charlo is at a better position than Demetrius Andrade. I think that Demetrius Andrade needs to fight more than Jermall Charlo does. I don't feel that Demetrius Andrade has been put into a position where he could fight guys that have a higher status than Jermall Charlo does. We do have all of the guys that are available, on either Matchroom side or the Zone side that Demetrius Andrade could fight, but they have not put him in those fights yet. You have in the middleweight division Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin. Hey, you even have Sergey Derevyanchenko, who could be put into a fight with Demetrius Andrade, and none of those guys have been put in the ring with Andrade. You had the instance where Andrade could have fought Billy Joe Saunders for the WBO middleweight championship, but Billy Joe Saunders ended up being suspended due to an illegal substance. So as a result, Demetrius Andrade fought Walter Cartondakwa for that WBO middleweight title. And he won that middleweight title. Billy Joe Saunders ended up moving to super middleweight, and he won the WBO super middleweight championship. But, after that, Demetrius Andrade still hadn't been put into a position to get good enough fights there at the moment. And right now, even though you still have him undefeated, there still hasn't been anything in reference to him being put in a position to fight Jermall Charlo, and like I said, Canelo Alvarez, or Gennady Golovkin, who holds belts. And on the flip side, with Jermall Charlo, he's been put in a position to fight the likes of a Chris Eubank Jr. He also had the fight with Matt Korobov, among others. So it seems like on PBC's side with Jermall Charlo, he is put into a position where he could fight guys there within the middleweight division more than with Demetrius Andrade. There's also that possibility that other fighters that are on the super welterweight division could move up to the middleweight division to fight Jermall Charlo, which include likes of a Eddie Hearn or a rematch with Julian J. Rock Williams. You could also possibly have Erisman Lara move up, or Tony Harrison move up, or something like that. So I feel that Jermall Charlo, even though he's had that entertaining back and forth with Eddie Hearn, I think that him at his current position has a better chance of having good fights than Demetrius Andrade does. And so a potential unification match between Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andrade puts Jermall Charlo at the advantage right now, in that he probably knows that he has more options than Demetrius Andrade does. And with that being said, Demetrius Andrade needs Jermall Charlo more than Jermall Charlo needs Demetrius Andrade. That's what I got in reference to this particular topic. You could subscribe to the Boxing Source here on YouTube, or catch the Boxing Source radio show live Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Blog Talk Radio, or catch the podcast on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. On that note, folks, I'm out. Peace.